Okay, so recording started.
Well, hello, Professor. My name is Austin. I am with my friend Diego, and today we are here to talk about movies, specifically Marvel movies, and rank them. And yeah, just give our honest opinion about the movies, and yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah, pretty much Marvel movies.
Yeah.
um,
Um,
all right,
what
you
is?
go.
Oh, okay. Um, I would like to start off by saying my favorite Marvel movie. My
All
favorite
right.
Marvel movie is kind of complicated because I love Marvel. I think Marvel has a lot of great movies. But I feel like if I had to choose, it would be it's hard. I'd say Infinity War. I really like Infinity War. Infinity War. I like Infinity War because it feels like a comic come to life.
Yeah,
Feels like a great comic book. I like Infinity War because I like Thanos. I like the action. I like the storytelling. It feels rewarding watching Infinity War because you did so much Marvel homework, and now you can understand everything.
like the build up was to this point, if that makes any sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's undoubtedly Infinity War, and then I'd say Endgame. I like Endgame.
Endgame. A lot of people say they liked Endgame, but they did not love it.
I loved Endgame. It's not my favorite, but I loved it.
People,
Um,
I've heard a few fans say they prefer Infinity War over Endgame.
I agree with that. I don't think Endgame is. No, there's some people I know that said Endgame was straight bad, was straight trash. I disagree.
What?
Oh,
Who?
yeah, no, I have friends that think that Endgame was bad.
Why?
Um,
Wait, what makes them think that they were trash?
I guess they didn't like the first act. But my problem with that argument is you need the first act to understand okay, we need to discuss the aftermath of Infinity War. You need build up and you need build up to what's going to happen because the last movie you already had so much action you didn't have time to breathe. I feel like Endgame. That's one of the reasons why I like Endgame. It's slower pace. You get more connected with the Avengers. It's
Hmm.
because it's the Avengers' last movie, and you might as well build off. You need to close off character arcs. You need to finish some storylines and have some quiet moments between characters before their arc is over. So I
Yeah.
didn't mind Endgame being a slow
Mhm.
burner. Um,
I remember watching Infinity War with my grandpa, and my grandpa, of course, my grandfather does not know the rest of the movies that built up to that. So I guess watching it for the first time, I did not really enjoy it because my grandfather kept asking me questions.
oh,
Yeah, he kept asking me questions in the theater, and I did not know how to explain it to him in full detail because I couldn't pause the movie.
oh,
But
yeah.
yeah,
Who's this? Who's that? Who's this?
yeah, basically my grandpa was like, "So who's that? Why they're fighting? So who is he then?" I'm like, oh god.
Oh
So god,
no.
yeah, so it was really bad. And then my dad felt bad. He's like, "Don't worry, he just did it because he loves you. He did. I know that, dad, but like, I want to watch it again." And I'm like, "Okay, I'll take you after school. I'll take you after school on Friday." So I'm like, "Okay." Then Friday happened, and I went with my dad. But my dad was mad though, because he was mad because half of them died.
Oh shit.
Yeah, my dad does not like sad movies. He does not like when people dies, when the main character dies. He got mad when Iron Man died.
Damn.
My dad did not like when Iron Man died. He's like, no, I don't want Iron Man dying. He should have lived and go on to be happy with his daughter. But
Yeah.
yeah, it was sad how that happened.
It was sad. It was sad. Um then again, I feel like sometimes you do have to let a character go.
Yeah,
It's a bold move, but I don't know. I feel like it felt with it really worked with Tony Stark as a character.
yeah,
Like,
because he was a selfish a hole and
yeah,
entitled, egotistical, but now he's more the selfless guy now. Yeah.
I like that ending for him. Like a lot of people wanted Captain America to sacrifice himself, but I feel like that would be too generic for him as a character because we know as a character if it did come down to it, Steve would do it.
Mhm.
But I'm kind of glad they made Steve. I like how like Tony and Steve like swapped. Like Tony already experienced his life. So in the end he dies. Steve never really got to enjoy his life. So he decides for once I can be selfish. I can settle down
Mhm.
with the love of his life. I like that ending. I thought it
It
was
was it was hinted in the first Avengers where they both called it out on each other in a way.
yes. I
So
remember that scene.
yeah, I remember that scene too, it's beautifully connected where one tells the other, "Well, you're too everything special about you came from a bottle," which is not true. It was literally always Steve all along. That's why he
Yeah.
deserved Mjolnir. Um, Tony, he even told Tony that you're not the guy to make the selfless play. Like you're not the guy to cut. Like he's always has like the easy way out, just cut the wire.
Yeah.
Which is why Tony looks at Doctor Strange and saying like, "Is this the ending that you saw? Like, I really have. That's the reason why you saved me. It was because I wasn't meant to die on that planet. I was meant to die here for
Exactly.
everyone." Which is even sadder. Which I'm like, damn, like that's that's really messed up.
Yeah.
But I agree. I agree with your thoughts. My favorite Marvel movie has to be Spider-Man 2.
Good, great. Anything with Toby, like I gotta clap. I gotta like agree with you for man. It's
Because
Toby Maguire.
it's a movie that we all relate to because now we're in our adult life where we actually feel for Peter. And it's sad that this is Spider-Man. This is the guy who and the beauty of Spider-Man where Stan Lee quotes and the beauty of Spider-Man 2 is that Spider-Man can be anyone. It could be a rich guy, a poor guy, because that's the whole point of the mask. The idea of it could be anyone where Peter is poor. He lives in a poor apartment. He's struggling to get to classes. He's struggling to go to work. He's struggling to make money. Yet this guy has the courage to do what he does as Spider-Man. And his life is just messed up, horrible,
Yeah.
and not respected. That's why the movie is so beautiful. And there's so many movie essays about why Spider-Man 2 cannot be topped. It's because we literally feel for Peter Parker. And the idea of the whole chocolate cake scene where the girl gives him, "Hey, would you like a piece of chocolate cake and a glass of milk?" is to show Peter that there are good things that happen in this world. Like your life is messed up, but here's a little silver lining. Here's someone that appreciates you. Here's someone that
Dude,
thinks about you.
that is so true.
Here is someone that actually sees you. And that chocolate cake scene is just like a reward for Peter for you to be in the moment, to relax. Even the scenes where he's being a normal human being, which is okay for Peter to, hey, it's okay to not be Spider-Man for a couple of days. It's okay to not be Spider-Man for a couple of weeks. It's okay to focus on your classes. It's okay to focus on your relationships. You don't have to be Spider-Man 24/7, which is going to be horrible. It's a horrible life. But I just love. I always gets me goosebumps, and it makes me want to do something. It makes me want to like accomplish something where he gets the powers back, and JJ like he gets the note and he's saying, "I want Spider-Man," and he just comes out, and there he is. Like Peter's just like
Chills.
you just know that Peter is just happy right there to get his suit back and start swinging again. I mean, because who wouldn't? Who wouldn't be in those shoes? That's my point of view. That's like my favorite all-time Marvel movie.
No, I can't disagree with you. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Spider-Man 2
What's
is a phenomenal film. It's a masterpiece.
what's your least favorite one?
Ooh. So is this anything Marvel or
Yeah, anything.
well, see that's the thing.
There's got to be at least one. There has to be at least one. Like
okay,
one where you're
the
like,
problem
I'm
is
gonna watch that one.
Same thing with like that DC ranking that we did. It's like Marvel, like they have really good movies, but there's a really bad ones that compete with each other. I don't know,
Okay.
like some of the movies are really bad that it's a competition. Like I think. Look, give me a second. Give me a second.
It's okay.
Lord, what is like something that was just I hated? I just like I hated Thor
Hold
4.
on. Hold on.
Oh yeah.
No me vayas a ofrecer toda esa papelería que tengo ahí.
No, it's okay. So it's in the
No, porque usaste mi cuaderno y mi cosa y ahí me lo tenía en
Oh,
pues, wow.
it's just okay, so we're back. So as you were saying, continue.
Least favorite movie. I hated Thor 4. I still don't know if that's my least favorite. Because there's more like because the bad Marvel movies that are out there I haven't even seen, like the 90s Captain America, all those movies.
Mhm.
I haven't seen those.
No
So
one really thinks about those, really.
Blade Trinity, I seen like reviews on that, like Chris Stuckman's review, and it looked really horrible. I guess from what I've seen. Oh, my bad. No. Let me backtrack a bit. No, I forgot about the Sonyverse. Hold on. Oh God.
Oh, the Sony verse
I forgot. In that case,
and the Fox universe too.
it would probably. I would say Madam Web, but I didn't see Madam Web.
Okay.
But I guess it's Venom 2.
Wow, really?
I didn't like Venom 2. I didn't like what they did with Carnage.
Okay, yeah.
I feel like here's what doesn't make sense to me. I know Craven is he's a really great character and he can be violent, but how are you going to give Craven a rated R movie but Venom 2 is PG-13? That doesn't make sense to me. Like Carnage not rated R is a crime. I'm sorry. Carnage is a serial killer.
Because the character's a serial killer and he's worse than Venom. Like
worse.
Way
like
worse than Venom.
Oh my god. He makes Venom look like Peter. Oh my gosh.
I did not like how they downgraded Venom, where Venom can that's the whole idea I did not like about Venom, where Venom can create all of those things, but he's just less gifted at it, I guess. I'm not sure. I really don't know the whole origin of Venom. I know that he can jump body to body. I know he has a mind of his own, but I guess like I don't know. Like it's just weird how Venom cannot make those weapons where I've seen in games or I've seen in comics where he can make those weapons. I don't know. Maybe I could be wrong. Yeah. That's one thing I did not like about the Venom series.
I know Venom has comedic moments in the comic books, but I thought the first one was fine with the comedy. I actually liked the first Venom. I thought the first Venom was I thought it was a 7.
Okay.
Venom 2 just falls off a cliff, and then Venom 3 is mid.
I heard it was too short.
It was too short, but by that point I didn't care about the Sonyverse. I just wanted it to end. Mm-hmm. My problem with Venom 2 is okay, first of all, I didn't like Carnage. Okay. Second of all, that movie was extremely short. I feel like things were the pacing was so fast. It's I didn't have time to it process what was happening. Mm-hmm. And then my biggest issue with the movie is not even Carnage. My biggest issue is how they handle the post-credit scene. You have this post-credit scene where you're gonna bring him, and it was an excuse so people could go see this movie more. You were hyping up. I get they wanted to hype up No Way Home, which worked, but you hype it up, and then when No Way Home comes out, he goes back to his universe. I'm like, what was the point?
Yeah, I thought he was gonna be the Venom symbiote was gonna lead him to New York. And say hey, why are we looking for this guy? And Venom just tells him because you gotta understand later. We just have to find this dude. So, but he explains it very quickly that they're like a hive mind, and every multiverse of a symbiote of a different version of Venom basically knows who Peter is, and they just resent this dude. They just hate him. They just hate him for denying their bond, denying their symbiote, basically.
And I'm not a fan of it.
Yeah.
Like,
um.
like really, like what would there's so many problems with it. It's just you have all these movies that don't that barely mention Spider-Man, and it just feels pointless. Like, what is this even leading towards?
Mhm.
I don't know. Like, and then what was I gonna say? The universe just doesn't work. Like, I was fine with the first movie. I thought it was cool and all, but I don't know. I can't say Sony sucks because they made Toby movies. They made Spider-Verse. I can't say they suck, but that
Yeah.
universe sucks.
It's just the writing. The writing could have been better.
Yes. And
But I
then
mean,
Morbius was funny for the wrong reasons.
yeah.
So
I guess shockingly, my least favorite art Marvel movie, my two least favorites is Iron Man 2. I did not enjoy Iron Man 2.
Iron Man 2?
Yeah.
Oh, that was okay.
It was okay, I guess, but it wasn't really exciting like the first one.
Yeah.
It's just not very it wasn't really well received, I guess. My second least favorite, I'm not gonna lie, was Amazing Spider-Man. The
Which
first one.
one?
The first one.
I can see that. The pacing for that movie is like awful.
The pacing was kind of bad, but and I loved Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man. I feel like he is the perfect comic accurate Spider-Man, and I would have loved to see him more as Spider-Man than Tom Holland. Not gonna
Oh, by
lie,
far.
by far.
If he was in
I
Civil War, oh my god.
Yes, like I would have loved him as Spider-Man. I would have loved him as Spider-Man. And get him to meet Tony Stark, everything that thing. It would have been perfect to see Andrew Garfield have that type of like reputation. But of course, we wouldn't have Tom Holland, and we wouldn't have this great actor. Yeah, but I just felt like the Lizard would not have been a great villain as the first one. I would have wanted someone else, but I understand why. You know, I did not like how the lizard looked. He looked more like a man than more of a lizard. I would have enjoyed it if he looked like a lizard. But Gwen was fine. Emma Stone was great.
Best part about the movie.
Yeah, she's gorgeous. She's a great actress. I liked how they mentioned Flash. I liked how Flash kind of looks like a jock. He actually does look like a jock.
You know what? The one thing that universe gets right, it has the best Flash out of the three Spider-Mans.
No, yeah, basically, it had the most comic accurate Flash. Yeah, the most comic accurate Flash. I preferred the second one, The Amazing Spider-Man 2, and the reason I don't understand why it gets hate. I think it gets hate because of the pacing, or it gets hate because Gwen dies. But it's for me. I just prefer the suit for that one. I Electro was okay. He was mid. I understood Harry. I understood why they used Harry instead of Norman. Because they wanted to make something different. Understandable. People were just so upset that they didn't get to see Rhino. They thought they would have Rhino in the movie, but they false advertised it.
I remember that. Yeah, they falsely advertised him.
They falsely advertised the Rhino, but they were gonna make a second one. They were gonna make a third one because it actually did get decent amount of cash within the box office, which was okay, which is great because that's what Sony wanted. They wanted to see if they was to receive like the reputation and get money. But Andrew Garfield backed off at the last second and for the third film. So
Is that why? I thought
I think it was because they were having struggling with ideas and what they would do for the third one, and they originally were gonna do Descendants